even though the camera's facing me, even though the camera's facing me, I can't see it because of, like, the sun and the glasses and just like that's the thing. So this is my phone that broke last night. I dropped it in the desert, and the bottom screen works, but the top screen, you can see it, but you can't do anything on it. So it was just super crazy that it happened. So this is probably my third phone within 2 years, which is crazy because I'm like always trying to like make it last. The last two phones I had, including this one, were flipped though, and I can't flip this because the screen's gonna break if I flip this again. And flip phones definitely are not durable for real life. Like, I don't know anyone who really has them as their main drivers. Everyone likes the idea of it, but it's not practical. Two of these phones that I've had, Samsung and Motorola, both have problems. So I'm driving on I-70 now. Today's day 94. I think yesterday was 93 and I said it was 92, so forgive me. I'm driving to Cedar City in southeast Utah. I'm coming from Moab, which has arches and canyon lands and other national parks in the area. I wasn't expecting this I-70 stretch to be so beautiful, but like, I got a recommendation from a friend. I won't name him for whatever reasons, but he was like, "Oh, West Texas, that's the place to be." And I'm like, this is better than West Texas, even though West Texas was pretty cool. But this part of Utah, I love it. It's not like you're gonna stay and live here forever, but like it's definitely a beautiful scenery to experience at least some point in your life. It's so funny, like that's that rock, hopefully I'm pointing in the right direction, is like it's called Ghost Rock or something like that, but there's like a smog above it, which is caused by energy generating facility, like electric energy generating facility. But it's weird because it's like they have a sign that like has that and on it, so you can know. But like, it, I guess if you didn't know that, it would literally, you probably can't see in the camera, but it would literally look like there's it's like this eerie, ghostly type of vibe around it. So it's pretty cool though. There's this one thing that I put in my notes. There's a bunch of stuff I have in my notes that I'll say at some point. But there's one point about sensing that I put in my notes that I think relates to what I was trying to say yesterday. So we have these like 5 senses, right? Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. I can name them, guys. And there's these other, there's like a 6th sense that people like talk about. There's also these other senses, like sense of humor, sense of love, sense of like compassion, sense of all these other things. And I think that what I was trying to talk about yesterday was like the sense of sensing, like the ability to sense is kind of just like being aware of that faculty of life is crazy. And if you kind of understand how your senses work and like what's receiving the inside of your senses, like what your senses is being fed into, I think that's kind of where that sense of opportunity that I was talking about yesterday about being a student comes into play. And I think that there's something special about that we have as humans, that if we don't like talk about and think about it, then we just take it for granted. And that's how like a lot of young generations today don't appreciate things. And I would say probably young generations across all generations kind of didn't appreciate things, but it's getting worse because we're getting more disconnected from that truth. Even though we're learning more things, we're growing as a society, we're learning, we're growing, we're developing, we're evolving as a society. The thing that we're working towards is being, I don't know if confused or befuddled, or not befuddled, muddled in general. It's getting lost, right? And it's getting hazier. And I guess like connecting that back to the point of this trip, spiritual tech, is to help us stay connected as humans and stay connected to that deeper truth that is like driving us to be evolving, to be growing as individuals. And I think that's it. Surprisingly, I made it to the end of like a point in one of these videos, but yeah, it's a very rare occurrence. Last thing to say about the phone thing. So I have a backup phone, right? When this phone broke, I was like, oh, I have a backup phone. Like I'm prepared for this shit. And then what happened was I put my SIM in the old phone, and it said it's too old to work. And I'm like, bro, this phone's from 2020, and it's like not even that old. But like they it's just stupid. Technology's stupid for that reason. So hopefully I can find a phone that kind of works. I was considering just buying a camera and just like dealing with this because I could have this phone connected to my laptop and like use it that way. Um, but I think it's showing signs of like not lasting that long, just like all the other phones that I broke that haven't lasted very long after I broke them. So I'm gonna look for a phone, and I'm gonna head back to keep going on this journey that we're living together, right? And I was talking to my friend Ileana, who I was my Airbnb host back in Salt Lake City, and she was like, "Your your life's just like whatever could go wrong, like it's gonna just go wrong. Just expect that for the rest of the trip, right?" And it's essentially what it's turning out to be, but it's just funny that like all these things are happening and we gotta persevere, right? That's the other theme from yesterday, and hopefully that point made sense, but we'll see. So this is your boy Nick Kumia signing off on day 94.